AITA for telling my dad I plan on never speaking to my brother once I turn 18? 16M, will keep this as short as possible. My mum and dad divorced when I was 4, I lived with my mum until I was 14, and my brother lived with my dad. He was 20 when I moved up to live with him and my dad. I have another older brother who still lives with my mother, but he isn't relevant in this other than the fact I am much closer with him. I had to move in because my mother couldn't take care of me. My dad happily let me come live with him. I think the only other relevant backstory is that I have SPD, sensory processing disorder. This affects how sensitive my hearing is. High-pitched and loud sounds are almost painful for me. My sight, very quick moving objects and flashing lights can overwhelm me, and my touch, I can't stand certain textures, or random, unworn skin-on-skin contact. Everyone in my family knows this, and is very accommodating, which I'm always incredibly grateful for. Everyone except my brother. He plays extremely high-pitched audio in my ears randomly, he'll flash lights in my eyes, he's even told his friends I love hugs so much, and am really happy when people randomly hug me. I'm not. It's been like this for the 2 years I've been living with him and my dad, and it's only gotten worse. Most recently, he called me to his room, saying he was hurt and needed help, and when I ran into the room, he played his speakers as loud as they could go, and turned on strobe lights that he has for whenever he goes to a party. I completely lost it. I felt like I was underwater. I remember scratching at my ears and around my eyes, but other than that I don't remember much. My dad came and helped me, and told my brother not to do it again. My dad always speaks to him about it every time after, and he always says he won't do it again, but he always does. Yesterday was a breaking point for me. I'd been downstairs baking with dad, when he came in and said he was having some friends over, in the back garden with social distancing. My dad said that's fine, and my brother asked if he could take out his speaker and put the lights on. Dad asked me if I was okay with that, and I said yes, as long as I got plenty of notice. My brother screamed at me, saying, "Oh my God, for once in your life can you be fucking normal? I shouldn't have to warn you of anything, you're so fucking annoying." My dad asked him to stop shouting and he did. He left, and my dad asked if I was okay, and I told him, why does it matter if I'm okay or not? I've dealt with this for 2 years, only 2 more and I never have to speak to him again. My dad got upset. He is very close to his 3 brothers, my uncles, and thinks I should just forgive him to patch things up. He said he was disappointed in me for thinking about cutting my brother out of my life. I was always considering going NC with him, because of everything he's done, but after what my dad said I can't help but think of him overreacting to this? Wibta for cutting him out the day I turn 18? Update. So much has happened since I posted this, so I wanted to come and let you know I'm currently typing this safely from my mother's, whilst my other older brother's chucking popcorn at me to catch in my mouth. Thank you so much to everyone who commented and messaged me. What James, fake name, did to me never registered as abuse until it was pointed out to me. I wouldn't have had the courage to do what I did without all of your support, so thank you for saving my life. After reading the comments, I decided to give my dad one last chance to put an end to James' behavior. I sat him down and told him that what he was doing to me was physically painful. How would he like it if someone smacked him and pinched him constantly? He told me he was sorry I felt that way, but I also have to understand how difficult it is for my brother to adjust to having another person in the house. I saw red, I lost it. I screamed at him that a 22-year-old should be able to get used to not being daddy's center of attention, that it was no excuse to exploit my disability to torture me constantly. He didn't say anything, so I walked out. Just left and walked to my favorite skate park nearby. I called my other brother, Daniel, for the person of not constantly saying other brother, and told him I needed him to come get me right away. My mum was at work, so I didn't call her. He was there in 20 minutes, and I told him everything James has done and what Dad said to me. I've never seen him as angry as he was. He told me to get into his car, so I did, and he drove us to my dad's. He told me to go pack all my bags and that he was taking me home. Dad tried to talk to me but I ignored him, just started packing. I couldn't make out everything that was said, but Daniel laid into him, screaming his head off. I didn't have much, so I was packed quick. He told me to go wait in the car. I found out from him after he came to the car, he was in the house an extra 10 minutes, that he went to James and told him to never think of contacting either of us again. Apparently James tried to convince him that it should have just been him and Daniel, that I shouldn't have been born at all, that everything was better before I was. Daniel punched him, hard. He had 2 fractured fingers that he got treated after we left. And that's it. I haven't heard from them since. Daniel told me to write a list of everything that sets off my SPD, and that he'd make sure the house is as SPD safe as possible. My mum cried when I told her what happened, and promised I always had a place with her and Daniel. Which bring us to now, watching the perks of being a wallflower, typing this with Daniel still chucking popcorn at me. Once again, thank you everyone so much for the support and help. I wouldn't be where I am now if not for it. Be safe everyone.